So thank you both for coming. So one of the first questions I want to ask you is, we're always hearing from different people in the community talking about the city of Rochester. You know, we hear a lot of negative press, the high poverty rate, the low graduation rate among students in the Rochester City School District, high crime. You both live in the city of Rochester. So tell me each, and we'll start with you first, Justin.
Okay.
What is your perspective? What do you think needs to be done to help address the issues in the city?
Well, I think that, with my background with Generation News, I'm more about the media, and I understand how the media affects our kids. It has a huge impact on our youth, down from the way they dress to the way they act. They're picking up all these different things from what they see in movies, music videos, TV shows. So my thing is, we have to put more positive things in front of our youth so that they can start thinking a certain way. Right now, they're programmed, if you will, to think a certain way and do certain things. I think that if they begin to see more positive things, more images of, kids from their area who are entrepreneurs, or kids from their area who have become, successful in a career or a business, it kind of gives them more hope that they can do the same thing. Right now, their role models, could be, people who are on the street hustling, selling drugs, and they say, okay, I can make money doing that, because there's no hope in anything else, because they're not being shown anything else that they can be successful in. So I think media is a huge part. We need to keep showing them and showing them people who are successful in positive careers.
Now, Alice, you moved here from Puerto Rico 2 years ago, correct?
Yes.
And you have kids in the Rochester City School District. So what is your perspective on this? What do you think needs to be done to help address the issues in the city?
I agree completely with him. We do need more media, more informed that we can go to everyone at the same time. One of my arguments is that here we don't have any Spanish radio station, so the Latino community is left behind. But we do need something in the community that will bring them together, that will give the example to our youth and to our young adults from 30 and up. They don't have any goals to go through. They don't. What they see around them is what they know.
Right.
We need to focus on them so they can see that there are other options, there are other doors to be open. In the city school district, I think that every year new students are coming in that are not in the same level as the other students. So we need to address that, because when we try to put them together, we're actually making it harder on the teacher. Because in my experience with my kids, I'm telling you, like, to the teacher, you have to teach him like kinder, first grade, just to give him to the grade that he's in. Because the schools are different. In my case, from Puerto Rico, the system is different from here. So when they get here, there's a pushback. But the good thing is that there are help out there, that they will help you, and they will get you to get it easy. But to get to that point, you already have to be in trouble. So this is one of the things that we need to get, so we get that help before we get into any kind of trouble.
Justin, and listening to what she had to say, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I definitely understand that there's kids who are not at the right reading level or math level, and it does make it harder on the teachers, and it makes it harder on the other kids who are at that level. But I mean, it starts out when they're in kindergarten too. I mean, we can work to get the kids who are behind. We can work to get them up to speed. But if we can start when kids are in kindergarten, start reading to them more, start showing them more math problems at an earlier age, then we can start to get all these kids up to speed, and you won't have the kids who are left behind. Right now, a lot of teachers are they'll pass a kid when they're not ready to be passed. And I know there's the No Child Left Behind, but there's some kids that they need to stay another grade, They need to stay in that same grade so that they can begin to understand. If you keep passing it off, they're going to keep being a year behind, a year behind, a year behind. And then what happens when they're seniors, or if they ever get to become seniors, and, they may drop out, or there's no end result for them if they're so far behind. So along with that, I think there needs to be incentive for the kids. Right now, kids, they don't even understand why they're going to school. They don't like school. A lot of kids don't like school. So my biggest thing is, like, we need to put some creative things in front of them that make them want to come to school. If you look at School of the Arts, if you look at how Edison Tech used to be, kids wanted to come to school to learn how to, they wanted to learn how to fix cars, or they wanted to learn how to do photography, or at School of the Arts they do music and they do arts and technology. So kids want to come to school, and if you see the graduation rate at School of the Arts, if you see the attendance rate at School of the Arts, it shows that that stuff is important. If you see the kids who are not behind at School of the Arts, it just shows the importance of adding those creative tools as an incentive to come to school. And it shows them correlation as well. It shows them a correlation that that if you want to be a mechanic, you have to know more math, or if you want to be in film, you got to know more English or literacy. So once you show them that correlation, now they're like, all right, this is the reason why I'm doing it. So I think that's really important.